from Vail. It is in the negatives this morning. It is Thursday, February the 3rd. Oh my goodness, I walked outside this morning. I took a deep breath. I said, it's cold. We got a heck of a show for you today. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Trisha Swenson coming to you live from our Eagle Vail studios for Vail Valley Live. And we just saw Cameron Morgan out at Vail, braving the elements. And Meredith Kirkman is going to be over at Beaver Creek. It is a chilly one this morning for the 3rd day of February. We've got that Arctic blast that's kind of affecting a lot of the states throughout the lower 48. And we're seeing temperatures anywhere from 15 below, 10 below, depending on where you go throughout the Vail Valley. It'll warm up. The sun will come out today as well, but we won't see very high temperatures. We'll be in the upper teens throughout Vail and most of the valleys. So that's what we can think about today. We'll get to the weather in just a second, but want to thank you for watching us this morning. We're available, of course, however you're watching us right now, on Facebook or on our Vail Valley Live new YouTube page. You can also find us on Comcast Channel 17, Outside Television, right here in the Vail Valley. And if you can't catch the whole show, you want to catch it later, or you're putting the snooze on, you're going to sleep for a little while, you can always watch us on demand. We are on demand on Roku, Apple TV, as well as Amazon Fire. So just a few things to let you know about today. And then, hey, if you have any questions, chat with us. You can chat with us during the live show on the chat features on Facebook and the YouTube channel. So tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where the temperature is where you are and what you want to know on the show today. Consider us your concierge to the Vail Valley. We're going to give you some tips on how to stay warm, where to ski, where to ride, how much snow we got in just a moment. But hey, let's get to that weather first, because we are seeing some cool temperatures this morning. Anywhere from, even Denver is in the below zero numbers today. Denver is seeing 3 below. Eagle 10 below, Edwards 10 below, 8 below in Avon. So, and then for Vail, let's bring up the map and let you see what we have for you today. We are going to reach into the teens later on, not too high. You can say high, right around 12. We'll go back down into the single digits below zero. And then by Friday, look at that. Lots of sunshine, 30 degrees as your high. Overnight low is still dipping down into the single digits. And then for the next couple of days, Saturday and Sunday, we'll see the highs in the 30s, upper 20s. Overnight low is back down to the single digits. But this is still very typical for this time of year. And with that Arctic blast, that air, that cool air, is just going to hang around here a little bit longer for our 5-day forecast. So, yeah, we can see the weekend looking good in the 30s during the day. And then single digits overnight. We really don't see a chance of snow, according to Open Snow, till maybe next Wednesday, the 9th of February. And overnight, we received 1 inch of new snow, or not overnight, in the last 24 hours on Vail and Beaver Creek. So lift status over at Vail, we've got 24 out of 32 lifts open, 97% of the terrain is open for you, and 267 lifts out of 273. So pretty much everything is open that you need to get out there and ski. They open at 8:30 and close at 3:30. Over at Beaver Creek, the lifts open at 9. They go until 4. And Beaver Creek, we don't have their terrain groomer report up, but they don't update it till a little bit later. So pay attention to the crawl, which will be on the bottom of the screen, and that gives you the runs that have been groomed at Vail and Beaver Creek. And later on the show, we probably will be able to see the groomers. So if you have a question about what's been groomed, just give us drop us a line in the chat. This weather remote report brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. So it is going to be a cold one today. Let's check out with our remote hosts so we can say hi and then send them indoors someplace. We have Cameron, we have Meredith. All right, Meredith, let's start out with you. Where are you today?
I am in the heart of Beaver Creek, and I'm showing off some frost flowers behind me for a very frosty morning.
Oh, yes. How appropriate. All right, the frost flowers. We got the ice rink behind you. I know it's not open yet. They don't open to the public till, what, about 1 o'clock? And they've got those ice bikes today.
Oh, yes, I know. That is on my bucket list this winter to try out. But this is one of my favorite rinks. This is an awesome shot right here. But, you know, which is understandable because it's a very cold morning. But our are all bundled this morning. It is a cold one. We're in the negatives. So I brought my heated gloves today.
Wait, they're heated?
Yes!
Oh, tell us how it works. Oh, wow.
So there's batteries that you can charge up, and they actually live in this back pocket, which is kind of nice. It's not too annoying because it just adds some weight, and it feels pretty, you know, it's big, and it kind of goes around your jacket. And then there's 3 different temperature levels.
Wow.
And you can just turn them. You know, that's going to be the hottest. So I'm going to be on red this morning.
Okay, good. Hot hands. You've got that. Okay, cool. And yeah, we're going to be checking in with you. I know you're going to talk to Heidi Bintz about some cool property if you like to be in the wide open spaces. Also, she's got some information on if you want to build your own home. And then it's Thursday Night Lights.
Exactly. Which means fireworks.
Yes.
Those overachievers here in Beaver Creek. Weekly fireworks.
Yeah, totally.
We love it though. And the sky is actually very clear too. It's going to be a gorgeous day, even though it's in the negatives. You know, at least we're not in my dad's hometown, Fort Francis, Canada. It's negative 34 there this morning.
Oh my gosh. I heard that Kremlin, Colorado was 27 below zero. So yeah, I guess it could be worse. Well, and look at Cameron. He got the scarf out today. We were joking that he looks like the kid on the Christmas Story, you know, like just walking around, you know, trying to find the flagpole.
If I make it out of the show with all the skin left on my tongue, we'll consider it a success.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you want that Red Ryder air gun. Okay, so what's happening over in Vail?
Well, Trisha, we're just seeing some folks come out, getting ready for work. So one thing we really want to say today, you know, it's cold, but we really appreciate all of the mountain folks, all the resort operators, lift operators, who are really braving the elements to bring this beautiful destination to life for all of our guests and all of us that are so fortunate to enjoy it. But other than that, right now, not too much is happening because it's cold. It's cold, like we've clearly established. But we're going to find some spots to hopefully warm up later in the day. So if you're out and about, need a little break from the elements today, find maybe a little hot chocolate, a little coffee.
Yeah.
Or maybe if there's some things you want to do that maybe aren't outside. And I know that we've got a quick little segment coming up later in the show. We're visiting the library. So maybe a good day to snuggle up with a warm cup of coffee, a blanket, and a good book. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, put on another pot of coffee, everybody. Just hunker down for a little bit longer. No need to rush out for first chair today. We like you to stay warm. Okay, Cameron, we're going to let you go get warm. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have your headlines and your road report.
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things with Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat, like me. And it's great on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
You are an electric vehicle. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car, where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. This is the new Nissan.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your LIV tickets today.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. with expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. We're going to find out what made headlines today for Thursday, the 3rd of February. And on the cover, a beautiful picture. A golden eagle takes flight last month near Dotsero. Raptors frequent open water as food sources, and they can find that down in that Dotsero area. This was contributed by Rick Spitzer. He does a great job with finding wonderful wildlife and capturing them in action. That's on the cover today. Also on the cover, cases declining in schools. Masks are no longer required, but many students and teachers continue to wear them as the district moves forward in an endemic mindset. More on that on page A3. Also, helping fire victims turn the page. Vail Mountain School students host book drive, and the Bookroom of Edwards pledges to match each donation to help rebuild lost libraries. Learn about that on page A2. Also in today's news, hit and run skier collision leaves teen badly injured. The Eagle County Sheriff's Office seeks information to ID an adult male suspect. A 13-year-old was left with a broken clavicle, and after an adult man hit him while skiing in Beaver Creek on Sunday and skied away without exchanging personal information as required by Colorado state statute. That's very important that you know the rules when you're out there on the slopes. And Jansen's Journey. Eagle Valley cross-country coach is attempting a trail Triple Crown. So you can learn about this in the Sports and Outdoors section on page A19. All this information and more can be found in your Vail Daily. Grab your coffee and newspaper dispensers, or always just go online. On a cold morning like today, you may just want to hop online. So you can do so by going to vaildaily.com, sign up for e-alerts, newsletters, entertainment newsletters, and a lot more. Speaking of alerts, let's check in with traffic. And currently, nothing to report right now. Things are moving pretty smoothly after yesterday. That area of Dow Junction on the lower right hand of your screen, on the western portion of the entrance to Dow Junction, my cameraman and I, Barry, on the way to Vail yesterday to do the reports, we witnessed an accident right there on the slick roads. A vehicle started to fishtail, and then it went broadside, and then all of a sudden, it went to 180 basically into the snow, into the ditch. It didn't roll, I think, because there was so much snow, but do be aware of areas like Dow Junction, the areas on I-70 by Walcott. We call that the S-turns. The Narrows, which is up on Vail Pass. So allow a few car lengths extra when we do see that snow come on in. And today, with the weather being very, very chilly today, you may want to go up and make sure your car starts, because sometimes batteries have problems on mornings that are this cold. So just a few tips for you. But let's take it out to Meredith. She is over at Beaver Creek. We just saw her in front of the ice rink and in front of the frost flowers, an appropriate place to be. All right, you found some indoors. Where are you now?
Yes, so I'm in the Hyatt, actually, the Park Hyatt lobby, which, if you haven't been here for a few years, it looks very different.
Yes.
I grew up coming to the Hyatt all the time because my mom was the director and remodeled the spa here, which is known as Alegria, and she's not there anymore, but it was not practically my sister. She was building that spa when I was growing up. And so I spent many years running around this hotel and, especially for the different events like Halloween. And they always put on such a great time at Christmas. But yeah, the lobby looks so different. Have you
I
been up
know.
here since the remodel?
Yes. You know what? They did that remodel, I think it was maybe just 2 winters ago. Everything gets so confusing with COVID. I'm like, is that 3 years ago or 2 years ago? But yeah, you know what? And then they do have music, usually in the afternoons. It's usually like one performer playing indoors now, and then by the spring it'll be outdoors. Do they still have the tree, or did they take the big holiday tree down?
No tree. Yeah, but there's still the holiday spirit in the
Yeah.
room. But here, let me give the viewers a quick look.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks very contemporary. It kind of reminds me of like what like a downtown city would look like.
Oh, I
Look
know.
at that
And you know
chandelier.
what's nice, is those lobby bars are very popular. Up at the Hyatt, down at the Westin, and I like how it has, workspaces. I mean, people are probably having to do a little work this morning if they're not fully on vacation, and they got all the plugins and the chairs right there I can see, and it's just nice. You maybe meet some interesting people that you never met before. Lots of little kind of cozy coves, if you will. Now
Absolutely.
that's where I would sit if I was going to watch Thursday Night Lights.
That is brilliant, actually, because it will come up
Yeah,
right here, won't it?
right there. Yep, yep. You can see
Yeah.
the
So
fireworks
this
from
is
there.
perfect mountain view. And I actually just saw a snowcat go up Centennial, getting a last minute grooming for everyone.
Oh,
And then
yes.
and then you can see over there is Strawberry Park, and the sun is just hitting the top. So we'll start to see the sun seep down that mountainside. That's the first part that gets sun over there. And then right in this corner on the opposite east end is Haymeadow Express. And that's going to be a great beginner run. And it's a gondola, which is nice. So I would be finding the gondolas this morning if you're
I
hitting first
I
chair.
think gondolas are gonna be the way to go today. Gondola rides are gonna keep you a little bit warmer. And speaking of staying warm, let's find out. I think Cam is still outside. We're gonna check in with him over at Vail. Okay, Cam, what's going on? Where are you now?
So Trisha, I've relocated them further into town now. I'm up actually now at the base of Gondola One, and it seems like clockwork. Every Thursday morning we see
Oh,
the beer being
the beer truck.
really
Getting
fun
ready for
sight.
the weekend.
That's right. That's right. Like, oh, that looks so tasty.
Oh yeah.
But I've relocated here. I might be lagging a little bit, so if you got to come back to me, no worries. But I'm just in front of the Vail Sports Rental Shop here, and I wanted to take a minute to tell our viewers, we're in the negative digits today. We're sub-zero. So it's really important if you're getting out on the slopes today to dress appropriately and kind of what that means. So to break it down for you, I mean, other than this really quite lovely scarf, I'm wearing quite a few layers underneath today. So I've got a base here of like a long john. So that's anything, whether it's silk or a thin layer, just to help wick moisture off of you. So it's really important, moisture wicking. And then you can start adding, different layers. So right now I've got on a thick hoodie and then a down jacket.
Yes.
And that's all underneath my much thicker outer coat here. And then for the bottom, also same kind of thing. I've got long johns on. I've got a pair of insulated lined pants. So it's really, really crucial to keep your legs up today in the cold. And then one thing, or two more things that we mentioned, Trisha. Today's a great day to wear a balaclava, a neck gaiter, some kind of face covering that you can pull up into the back of your helmet, because you're definitely not going to want the back of your neck to get cold today. And then also, and it may seem a little counterintuitive, but doubling up on the socks is not going to help you out today. Really just going to constrict the blood flow and trap the moisture, and that's exactly the opposite you want to do today. Out on the mountain in ski or snowboard boots. So anyway, those are just a few quick tips for those folks that are looking to get out and about today.
Okay, you know what? Good advice. Yes, and don't double up on the socks. It really it does not help. And you really want to get a pair of socks that have good fibers. You know, it's not cotton. Don't wear the gym socks. You know, you want something like from Smart Wool or Darn Tough or Fits. You know, a lot of different brands that are out there. Hop into any of those ski shops. They're all going to have them. It's an investment, but you know what? They have antimicrobial properties too, so your feet don't
That's right.
stink. It is amazing. I can't believe it.
I
So,
know, it's so interesting. I rip off a pair of, my Smart Wool socks at the end of the day, and you can't smell a thing. Rip off a pair of, like, a tri-fit, like, Nike socks that I wear to the gym. I'm like, oh, no!
I know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I know. Isn't that cool technology? All right. Hey, Cameron, we're going to let you hop in and get warm. And a great place to go on a morning like today is stop by one of the libraries. We've got the Eagle Valley Library District that has the libraries in Avon, Eagle, as well as Gypsum. And Ken Hovey had a chance to head on down there and talk to Tegan Davis.
I know that it is the middle of winter while we record this, thus we're bundled up, but pretty soon spring is going to be in the air and road trips. And I have learned that one of the best ways to eat up some time on a road trip is by listening to a book. Tegan Davis here with Eagle Public Library has more. This is a really cool service. I think of the library, I think of checking them out. You guys actually, I could take the book with me in my car.
You can, and you don't have to, if you don't have a CD player anymore in your car, you can also, you can download it onto your device and play it that way. So we do have
How does it work here?
All right, so we have, obviously we have the physical copies, so you can check out a book, you can check out audiobooks. I always recommend checking out multiple audiobooks just in case you don't like the reader or you don't like the story. You can switch it up, especially if you're on a long road trip.
So you can just download it to your device, stream it to your phone. For your phone to the, I'd have to get my kids to help me out on some of the technology on this, but is it pretty easy to do?
It's pretty easy, and if you get stuck, come on in and we'll help you out. So bring your device and we're happy to help.
This is a really great option because, I mean, buying books can get expensive.
Yes.
I know that you can come in here and get books with your library card, but sometimes you might come in and there's not enough copies. This way you could just download it and take it with you.
Yes, so so you can download our ebooks or our audiobooks, and we just received a grant from the American Rescue Plan Act. And so what we're using that grant funding for is to beef up our ebook and e-audio collection. So we heard from our patrons, and they want a more broad ebook and audio book selection, as well as more bestsellers. So we're using this funding to kind of help those who are still staying home or are streaming to help bridge that digital divide in the COVID pandemic. And
to my understanding, there's been a dramatic increase in the use of the library since the pandemic has hit. Tell us about that.
So we saw a 25 increase on ebooks and e-audiobooks alone. So we went from about 30K checkouts to 50. So everyone was kind of hopping on and using our services in their own home.
That is just a huge amount, and it continues. I think that, we've seen a deviation in society. We were all kind of going like this, and then all of a sudden this dramatic turn, and you guys are staying kind of ahead of the curve and forecasting what's going to happen. Yeah, and being prepared for that. What are the most popular services that you find here?
I think it just kind of, it just depends on your flavor. So, I mean, we have people who are ebook, e-audiobook all the time. They don't want a hardcover ever again. And then we have people who miss the hardcovers. They miss the pages, and they really want to have that physical copy.
Sure.
So they want to sit out in the park with a physical copy and not worry about the glare, or their home devices have changed. And so in order for them to still connect with the library, they do need to download, and they do need to use some of our more online services.
It is also that time of year that it's nice to sit by the fire with an actual book. But my question is, are Kindles considered old school now?
No.
Okay.
You can still use your Kindle Fire, or you can use a paperweight, and you can still get books from the library using your Kindle.
Does anybody show up and surprise you with technology that you've never heard of?
Yes, actually,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they bring it in and they're like, help, and we're like, okay. And so we learn with them, and it's really fun. I learn something new every day. I love it.
I've also noticed everybody here at the library is so nice.
Yes. Shush is a 4-letter word. So we do have our quiet zones, we have our Zen zones, but we also have more active zones, because we know, like, kids are going to be kids, teens are going to be teens. Yeah. So we give them that space to do that.
The Zen zone, I love it.
Yeah.
To learn more, to go on the website and to download these, how do I do that?
evld.org, and if you have any questions or you need help on your device, just give us a holler.
This weather and mountain report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
We are back on this chilly Thursday morning, the 3rd of February. We're looking at digits below zero today, depending on where you are. Even Denver is seeing about 3 below. But that sun is starting to pop up. It's kind of causing a little bit of glare on our camera. This is looking down at the Westville roundabouts, I-70. You could see the Gore Range at the top of your screen. All those jagged edges looking pretty cool from this shot. But right now, we are at 11 below zero. Feels like 22 below zero. That's why we're kind of watching Cameron and Meredith and making sure they're popping inside to stay warm and to keep the phone batteries going as well. The high today only into the teens. It'll still even kind of feel like 7. And then overnight, we're going to drop back down below zero, 7 below zero. And then tomorrow, we'll get a little warmer. We'll have a high in the low 30s for your Friday and a lot of sunshine, but back down to those single digits. And that's going to be the theme for the next couple of days. So on Saturday, we'll pop into the 30s. We'll drop down to the single digits. And for Sunday, so your weekend, we're looking at that as well. So that's kind of what the forecast is. And as you can see, if we bring up that 5-day outlook, we're not going to see really any moisture in the forecast till maybe next week. So pretty much sunshine, you can count on it for your weekend, and temperatures that will get warm during the day, but then cool off quite a bit overnight. Terrain-wise, only 1 inch of new snow on both mountains in the last 24-hour period. And for the next couple of days, here we won't see that storm till maybe Wednesday. Not much in it either. Joel, the open snow is calling for about 2 inches. And then, but let's get back to the terrain report. Pay attention to the crawl on the bottom of the screen. That is Vail's grooming report. So we freshened that up for you this morning with all the grooming that's been done overnight. 97% of the terrain is open on Vail Mountain. Over at Beaver Creek, we don't have their grooming report up yet. They don't update it by the time we start the show. So we're not able to get that for you. So it still has yesterday's up there. Or actually, they just changed it, so they just updated it. I'll give you a few of my favorites. Groomer's Choice is what they groom after midnight, so that's going to be super fresh corduroy. We've got your Larkspur, upper and lower. We've got your Gold Dust and Latigo. The classic runs on the front side, 1876, just off the Centennial Lift as well. Stone Creek Meadows in Rose Bowl. And then a lot of the upper greens are groomed for you, whether it's Powell, Piney, Red Buffalo, Booth Gardens, good ones if you are a beginner. That's the thing. People think, oh, are just the beginner runs on the bottom? Not the case. You can get your skills built on the bottom. And then once you feel good, you can go up LIV 6, Centennial, head over to 8, Cinch Express, and then all those runs up there are green circles, nice, gentle terrain, and great views from that area. But other things happening at Beaver Creek after the slopes close, after the cookies at 3 o'clock. We've got ice skating, of course, happening from 1 to 8, and then before that, from 12 to 1 and 8 to 9, you can rent those ice bikes on the rink. But there's other things happening too, like the Valar Performing Arts Center. So they're having a great show this evening. This is going to be Songs and Stories with John Oates. So he was with that popular 80s duo Hall & Oates. John Oates has been living in Colorado for many, many years, and he is going to be performing with Guthrie Trapp, who's a great guitarist out of Nashville. So they're going to be bringing some awesome songs. You know, Trapp used to play with artists like Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, Vince Gill, Travis Tritt, Dolly Parton, like all the country greats. Randy Travis included, but also Alison Krauss, Sam Bush, Earl Scruggs, Lyle Lovett, and many others. So that show will be this evening at 7:30. Tickets are still available, so check that out at valarpac.org. If you haven't been to the Valar Center, it's an awesome location, about 530 seats, horseshoe-shaped theater. It is really, you can't see a bad show there. I mean, every time I go, I'm always impressed with the entertainment right there in our own backyard. You ski all day, snowboard all day, and then you get to do that at night. It doesn't get any better. All right, is Meredith around? Can we talk about a few of the things happening? Oh, there she is. Hey, Meredith. Okay, yep, we were just talking about the Valar. And tonight with John Oates, and I think with that duo, with Guthrie Trapp, it's going to be a lot of storytelling, and it's going to be fully entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, we're so lucky the wide range of talent that we get here for different shows. And yeah, this is an iconic singer. And I was actually just looking up some of his music, Hall & Oates specifically, the duo, you know. Trish, I woke up to the song Rich Girl. So I probably have listened to that song 100 times.
I know. I've heard it. Okay, so Ty and I were talking about this on Tuesday, kind of previewing what's going on for the week. And we were naming all of our Hall & Oates songs. And I named that one. And then I heard it in the car later on that day. I heard it the next day. It's so funny. Yeah. So we're putting that song in your head today. You're a rich girl. Yeah, yeah. Hey,
You don't need to know the lyrics.
Yeah, you can just say watermelon the whole time. Hey, behind you, there's a listing of who's coming. And I know it's Scotty McCreery. He won American Idol. He's been just blowing up the country music charts for years. Robert Earl Keen, I got to see him when he played with Lyle Lovett. And it was one of those concerts that was so popular. It was completely sold out. We had seats in the orchestra pits. You're really close. And those guys were just telling great stories. Dance Theater of Harlem just came, as well as Body Traffic. And then Sonia Youngcheva, I heard that she's going to perform in New York City, and then she's coming here. And that's it. So it's kind of neat, the fact that we get some really cool artists that just come straight here.
Absolutely. And, you know, this theater definitely livens up in the winter because it's the only theater we have. In the summer, we have the amphitheater, but it's closed down because it's an indoor and outdoor theater.
Yeah.
So attending events here at the Valar is so special. You can see the orange tint. I found heaters.
That's why
So
you're there.
they have-
Okay.
Yes.
Because you know what?
So
The
they have
buses come there too. Hey, Meredith, is there a glove on that ski rack? If someone's
Yes, they're
okay. Oh, I thought it
Oh.
was lost and found.
There is one lost and found here. Yep.
Oh,
someone
that looks
dropped
like a nice
glove.
one. Is that one of
That's-
those Kinkos? Is that a Kinko? Hey,
Yes.
I think we should have this segment called Lost and Found. And is that a left hand? What size is it? Maybe you need to describe it to us, and then we give it back to you. We could
I
really
always
solve
love it.
a lot of those problems for families. Like, where'd you put your glove? I don't know. Just watch our show. We'll probably
I
find
know,
it
and
for
it's
you.
also fun in the spring and early summer, all the ski points and different treasures that come up after the snow melts.
Oh, yeah.
You can really find some treasures in the spring.
Yeah. I've worked the mountain cleanup, for quite a few years, and it is really interesting what you see. Some people find like maybe $100 bills. There's usually maybe one ski that was never recovered in the back bowls that people bring back. Jewelry, like engagement rings, wedding rings, sometimes get dropped when you take off your gloves because your hands are cold. So you never know what we're going to find. Hey, Meredith, I know you're in the heaters, but we're going to let you roam around a little bit more. We're going to take it to a commercial break. We have more Vail Valley Live coming up.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your LIV tickets today.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going. Ah!
hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Hi, we are the ski injury attorneys at Block and Chapleau. If another skier or snowboarder hits you from behind and injures you, you are entitled to monetary compensation. Remember, the downhill skier has the right of way. The uphill skier has to avoid skiers below.
You need to call an attorney to protect your rights. It's important to preserve the evidence immediately. If you've been injured on the slopes, call Block and Chapleau today at 970-926-1700. We've been helping injured skiers and snowboarders in Colorado for over 30 years. Block and Chapleau has offices in the Vail Valley, Frisco, and Denver to serve you.
Your case is our priority. Call us at 970-926-1700 or go to vailjustice.com.
What does the future of strength look like? It's a personal trainer that assesses your strength and adds weight as you progress. It's dynamic weight that adjusts for you in real time for a more efficient workout.
Come on!
And it's a roster of coaches that motivates you to get stronger, faster. The future is strength you can feel and results you can see. And you can only experience it on Tonal.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by LIV Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Oh, it's one of those days you may want to just have a little more tea, another cup before going out to the slopes. Want to thank Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea for fueling our adventures this morning. Meredith may stop by their location in Beaver Creek, right by the escalators, and then they have their Roastery Cafe that's right down across from Meadow Mountain, Grouse Trail, some fun trails outside of Minturn if you want to pop in and say hello. But temperature-wise, wow, we're still looking at single digits or digits below zero. We'll reach into the single digits later this morning, and then our daytime high is only going to be 16 degrees, and then overnight low will drop down to 7 below zero. And then by Friday, we'll warm up a bit more into the 30s. We will see some sunshine today. Yesterday, we were pretty socked in with clouds until about the late afternoon when that storm broke up. We did receive 1 inch of new snow at Vail and Beaver Creek, and then we won't see any snow for the next couple of days. Here's a look, maybe a little chance on Sunday, and then the next chance on Wednesday, the 9th of February. But sunrise this morning, beautiful, beautiful day. We had Ken Hovey, he was out and about, and he captured some footage for us. Are we going to run that, Emma? Yeah, look at this. Just gorgeous view. You could see way out towards the mountains that are southwest of Vail. Holy Cross, the tallest one there in the background. In the foreground, Lost Boy, Dealer's Choice, Game Creek Bowl. And if we keep going, you can see we see Beaver Creek? Not quite, but if you kept on panning over to the right, that would be Beaver Creek and that beautiful valley over there. So just a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. Just bundled up for it. And speaking of bundling up, hey, Cameron. Okay, so where are you now?
So, Trisha, I'm just on the move today. I think if I just keep walking, I'll keep the blood pumping and stay warm. So I am on Gore. Is it Gore Drive?
Yeah.
Is it Gore? Yeah, Gore Drive. So I've come down a little bit away from Gondola 1, past all the phenomenal shops and such that you can find here. Of interest, we're talking about the weather, talking about us bundling up. the pet boutique here sparked a thought, and that's, if it's a very popular phrase, but if you're cold, they're cold too. Let them inside.
Oh yeah.
And
Do they have any little doggy jackets? Can you do some window shopping? You know what? You know what your dog really needs? You know what they really need today are those little little booties. The booties.
Absolutely. Let me step down to. I don't know if this is a new shop, but it's Positivity over here, just a little bit further, just past Yamasushi, which is a phenomenal restaurant. If you're looking for some goods, I don't see any paws, but they do have what I think is just the best thing ever, which are the doggles.
Oh my gosh! Wait, they're really built for your dog? Oh my!
Oh, absolutely! Oh my goodness, it's so incredible. In the summertime, in June for the GoPro Mountain Games, you'll see all of the dogs with their giant doggles on. It's an all-season gear.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, and then the strap keeps it on their head. Wow.
Exactly.
Wait, let me see those.
I imagine it takes a couple of times for them to not shake it off.
Yeah.
You know how when you put mittens on a dog, they just walk like this for a while?
Yeah. Or even your kids. Your kids are like, what? What is this? What are you putting on? I used to teach children's ski school over at the Beaver, and sometimes you'd have families from a warmer climate, maybe Florida, Arizona. The kids had never seen snow. And then you're putting all this gear on them, the mittens and then the helmet, and they're just like, what's going on?
And then they waddle like a duck.
yeah, it takes a little while to get used to. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that there's 2 pet shops, pet boutiques, I guess you'd call them.
This must be new.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it before either.
Okay.
Granted, I haven't been to this corner. Here at Checkpoint Charlie is how we refer to it in town. In a little bit, but yeah, it looks new for sure.
Yeah.
But it's called Positivity.
Okay,
see if I can show you the sign here.
Positivity. Oh, that's cute. Cute little play on words. Okay, all right. Yeah, and now we mentioned what you were wearing. You've got a down insulation layer. You've got like a down jacket over that. You've got 1 pair of socks that are made out of really good fibers, and they're antimicrobial, so no stink. And now, did you hear that Meredith has the heated gloves? She has gloves with batteries. No. I know. Yeah, so she has those.
And it's got adjustable temperature settings too, which I think is just technologically a wonder.
I know. These, Valentine's Day is coming up. Oh, you know what? Cold hands, warm heart. If you have someone on your list that you need to get something for, and this is great because if your loved one always wants to go inside and not, this is going to keep them out there longer. I call it investing in the sport. And if this is going to do the job, just have at it. Oh, I've also heard there's heated socks. Hottronic is doing heated socks. And then there are boot heaters. Charlie, who is one of our hosts, she has heated boots. And then there's the boot heaters that you're going to have installed that put, all the little wires and that goes right to the ball of your foot. And those are pretty nice on a day like today.
Yeah, I can imagine that would just make the entire experience just so much less of a challenge.
Yeah.
Especially as you get into 3, 4, 5 hours into the day. Oh, that just sounds heavenly.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I mean, it's going to warm up a little bit later, and I think the sun is going to make a difference. I like to wear dark colors on this kind of day too because it kind of absorbs the heat. And you've got like your ski pants, dark navy, stuff like that. Okay.
That's right. Let the soak up the sun rays for sure.
Yes, soak it up.
Anything helps.
Anything helps. All those little tricks tend to help. Okay, hey, Cameron, we're going to let you go and either walk around, get some blood pumping, or let you pop inside. You are allowed to pop inside if you do need to. So, yeah, maybe go get yourself a hot drink and just put your hands around it. All right, we'll be back with more Valley Live. I know that Meredith is rounding up Heidi Bintz from LIV Sotheby's to tell us about some cool properties. Start the new year out right with Nap Harvest. Mushrooms have been named the top ingredient of the year by the New York Times, and we have them in all shapes and sizes. Honey continues to be a hot topic for health, so stock up with Nap's Nectars. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week.
Treat your dog to delicious, nutritious dog food, specialty items, and high-quality gear for dogs who love to get outside and play. Do-it-yourself dog washing and grooming services now available. Mountain Canine, the dog-friendliest shop in the Vail Valley.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your LIV tickets today.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
All right, we are back with Vail Valley Live. We've been bouncing between Vail and Beaver Creek. We're going to take it back over to Beaver Creek. Meredith Kirkman has been staying warm, walking around, showing us the sights. She's now met up with Heidi Bintz from LIV Sotheby's International Realty. Ladies, oh, how smart. You jumped inside. Okay, take it away. Take it away. I'm glad you're safe and sound and cozy.
Absolutely. We're toasty in the LIV Sotheby's office in Beaver Creek, which is very convenient. After skiing, you get inspired by one of those ski up houses, ski in, ski out. You can just pop in right here.
Right by the creek.
I mean, your office is pretty remarkable, Heidi.
Yep, we're on the banks of Beaver Creek, just south. I don't know if it's south. It's not south. Just below the covered bridge. And
Incredible.
so as you can see us, and we're, I just go over the bridge, take 3 escalators up, and I'm on the ski hill.
What a dream life you got, Heidi. Well, we're going to be talking about 2 specific properties. But before we go into the properties, Heidi, you're very remarkable here in the Valley. You've been here for so long. I've actually known you
I've known Meredith a long time.
for a long time. And through the grapevine, I hear your parents are also, they owned a mountain themselves.
I'm from Michigan. My father was an apple farmer and needed winter work, so I bought 40 more acres of flat cornfield, a DA tractor, and built a ski hill, which was called Bintz Apple Mountain. And it was 200 vertical feet, 10 rope toes, 10 runs, and you went up and down a lot of times. And it was very hard conditions. So I'm not too picky about my snow conditions. And I love rope toes, by the way. But you don't get them very much these days. And then we had other, resort amenities. And my parents are in the Michigan Ski Hall of Fame. But I ventured out here in 1985 for that one ski season. And sure enough, everybody said I had to stay for the summer. I wasn't as lucky as Meredith to be born here. And then I did. And I raised 2 daughters here, which danced with Meredith and part of the Valley. And still here 36 years later. And I've been in the ski business here, and also been in real estate 18 years now. And so I love showing my passion for skiing, hiking, riding, golfing, just what the mountains have to offer, and the real estate that you can have. And it's across the board. And I've sold things pretty much up and down the whole valley. But at the moment, I have 2 listings. And one is a very incredible property in between here and Steamboat. It's about an hour away from Wolcott, I-70, and it's about 30 minutes south of Steamboat. And it's called The Ranches at 5 Pine Mesa. And this is a picture of the kitchen, which I just love, that island.
Gorgeous.
And it's got 3 wood-burning fireplaces. This particular one is double-sided, and there's a really cozy little sitting area on the other side. And then this is a Tennessee log house. It's about 4,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. The views are unobstructed. All you see is nature. And that happens if you know, saddle in front of the barn. There's the hot tub out on the point, and you can see the view there. It's incredible. And this property sits on 60 acres and is part of, that's an exterior shot from the sky. And it sits in a development with only 10 property owners. And there's a range manager. It borders the Root County National Forest. The caveat is it's only when there's limited winter access. I was there last week showing it. This is the living room. It's so cozy.
Wow.
And so we parked halfway up the dirt road, and we got into their truck, the ranch truck that has tracks on it. So the caretaker drove us up to the house. It took about 40 minutes. Showed them around, showed them there is a common barn, which is sort of the caretaker's office, and there's an apartment in there. And then there's a 1-bedroom, very cozy log cabin that guests can stay in if you're on the property, or if you don't have a house yet, you can stay in it also. And you can hunt literally out your back door. And it's just the perfect Colorado mountain house.
It
and
seems
if
like
there's
that.
no snow, you drive right up to your house.
Yeah.
So give me a call on that one if you'd like to see it or more information. It does have a website, domepeakranch.com. That's DOME Peak PEAK ranch.com.
It
And
seeh like the incredible escape for entertainment
it's
and
amazing.
family and
got a brochure
adventure.
here. If you stop in the office, I can show you a brochure. But the website has a video, Matterport, and pictures, so it gives a pretty good idea of what it looks like.
Yeah,
So that's
well,
an
that is
incredible
so special.
property.
It's very different than, you know, being in the hustle bustle of a village, but it's so special to have the wide open spaces. It's just
If
that
you want
classic.
privacy, and it's got everything, you know, electricity, gas,
Mhm.
internet. You don't know you're out in the middle of the woods of Colorado.
Almost glamping.
Right, it's fancy glamping.
Oh, yeah.
So the other property, if you want to build your dream house, Red Sky Ranch, which is outside of Wolcott on the golf course, is a double lot. So you can build up to 40,000 square feet on this lot.
Wow.
And it's basically flat with a lot of pine trees and aspen trees, a lot of aspen trees. And I snowshoed there yesterday, and it was knee deep. And it was really fun. I don't have the pictures up there, but this is the summer pictures of above. So it is on the 14th hole, and it's Aspen Bluff Lane. And it's so you're within the gates of Red Sky Ranch. So I have more pictures. I do have snowshoeing pictures. So right now you do have to snowshoe on it. You can see the green line is the building envelope.
Wow.
So it's a majority of the property. You've got views of Game Creek Bowl, and then views, really 360 views of mountains. And it was just spectacular. And it was so pretty yesterday. So
I'm
that was
sure.
fun.
Well, it's quite remarkable to come across land that big. I mean,
Yes.
that's a hot commodity, especially in this area. So to have a piece of property of land just to, exactly like you said, build your dream
house,
home.
and you're 15 minutes to Edwards. You know, you're 5 minutes to
Wow.
I-70. So it's in the heart of the valley, and it's a great property. But I can show any kind of property around if you're looking for something else. Just put a timeshare under contract at the Four Seasons. That went quickly.
Congrats.
And I'm around, and I love to people and show them the mountains.
Yes.
Real estate via the skis.
Yeah, well, Heidi's the woman to just hang with. She's full of information, and she knows the adventure, and she's living that classic Colorado story. You come here for winter, stay for the summer, and 36 years go by, and you never leave, and you raise a family, and you know we go back so long.
Yes,
So
and
it's
glad you're back in the valley.
I know.
She
It's-
left for a few years.
Exactly. It's wonderful to be back. But congrats on all the remarkable work that you've done. And if you want to know more information and to reach out to Heidi, let the viewers know
The best way to reach me is my phone. Either text or call me at 970-390-8383. Again, 970-390-8383, or stop by the Beaver Creek office. I'm in and out here today. And but I'm in the valley. I'm not too far away to get
Awesome.
together.
Well, thanks, Heidi. We appreciate you coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
I know you got a busy day ahead.
I do.
Yeah,
But
Heidi,
we'll
how
send
did the
some-
legs feel after snowshoeing in knee
It was
deep?
pretty good. I only like fell to my knees once when I got
Oh
but
man,
I couldn't
powder
believe
is
how-
no joke.
it
Breaking
was
trail.
You really
Woo.
needed snowshoes. It was deep, but it was fun.
that's cool. Yeah, your hip flexors might be a little sore today. All right.
Yeah. Right, you can walk right out to the golf course. So it's just an amazing piece of property, and
Did
it's
you
on the Fazio course higher up, so you're really in the aspen trees and pine trees.
Did you see any wildlife? Any fox?
I saw a bird, a hawk that was looking for lunch.
I actually, outside my house just a few days ago, I saw a moose.
I haven't seen a moose yet.
Yes, right outside my front door. And then a few days later at the stop sign, and I was inches from actually hitting it. Thank gosh the stop sign was
Yeah,
there,
they're
but
big.
they are enormous.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
stay
not
warm
seen the
today if you're
moose.
going outside.
You know what else is enormous? These properties.
This is the worldwide properties of Sotheby's, so it's fun to look at pictures and
It
to
is.
dream and
Dream,
ask
dream,
questions.
dream.
I can help-
Manifest your dream house.
I can help anybody around the world by referring people to other brokers around the country and the world.
Okay, yeah, the worldwide network of LIV Sotheby's International Realty. Okay, thanks, ladies, so much. Stay nice and warm in the cozy offices of LIV Sotheby's. We're going to take it to a break. When we come back, we're going to give you one more look at the weather so you know how to plan your day and dress for it. And we'll check in with Cameron.
Hi.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
All right, one more look at the weather. If you're just waking up, wondering what it's like out there, well, it is chilly out there this morning. That Arctic blast that's really affecting quite a bit of the nation is seeing colder temperatures because of this system coming through. We're at 11 below zero still this morning. Usually we get a little bit warmer as the sun comes up. Feels like 22. Oof, man. But looking at today's high, we're going to get into the digits above zero. We'll be around 16, so upper teens for you today, and then back down into the single digits overnight. So it's going to be a little bit cold for Thursday night lights. I would dress for that if you're taking the kids to do that this evening. And then by Friday, we start to warm up a little bit more. We'll see a high of 30, overnight low above zero, 6 above, but in the single digits. And then the next couple of days look like this. Your weekend outlook, Saturday and Sunday, highs in the low 30s, 20s, and we could see a slight chance of a possibility of some snow showers on Sunday. And then Monday, we come back to the sunshine. And really not a chance of showers till possibly Wednesday of next week, according to OpenSnow.com. Terrain-wise, we're seeing 1 inch new reported at both mountains. Pay attention to the crawl at the bottom of our screen. That's going to give you Vail's grooming report update. And we've got a lot groomed out there today. 267 trails are now open out of 273, and 97% of their terrain is open. 24 lifts spinning as well. 8:30 to 3:30 are the lift times. Over at Beaver Creek, we didn't get the grooming report in. They don't really update it until after our show has started. But a few of the groomers that they have today, we're going to see, oh, you got your favorites. Like over in Betcher Gulch, we've got Grub Stake, Gunders. Rough Lock is one of my favorite runs to do. If you go up Arrowhead or come from the Betcher Gulch Express, you go down as if you're going to take Little Brave, and then you go right. And I call it bridges and tunnels. We kind of have our own little name for it. And you're going down below the bridge. You're going through the little tunnels. You end up at Betcher Gulch. It's super fun for the kids. One of my favorite runs out there. But let's bring in Cameron and find out where he's been. Have you been out on the slopes at all in the last couple of weeks?
So, Trisha, I took a pretty bad spill about 2 weeks ago. My knee is not quite back up to speed just yet. So I'm taking it slow right now, but I'm hoping to get out tomorrow and on Sunday, or tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I should say. But yeah, no, you mentioned that bridge and tunnel run. I did that for the first time a couple weeks ago. It is so fun.
Okay, I'm
You're
challenging you.
Whoa, it's a whole different experience.
I know. Okay, so I'm challenging you to not duck. I mean, I'm 5 feet tall, and I still duck. I think I'm gonna hit it, and I'm like, and I tell all my friends when we go, I'm like, okay, here's the challenge: you can't duck on any of these. And we get out of that last bridge, and we're down by Betcher Gulch. We're all laughing. Like, even if I'm by myself, I will just start giggling because I'm like, I can't believe I duck because I think I'm going to hit it. It's so funny. So if you're doing Rough Lock today, that's your challenge. But Cameron, I'm glad you've done that. That's one of my favorites.
Absolutely, yeah. No, and it's really nice too because it is very rolly. So
Yeah.
you can pick up good speed and then you're naturally slowing down. So even if you're not a particularly advanced skier, like I'm not a particularly advanced skier just yet, it's fun because you don't have to worry about being out of control as much as if it were just a straight shot there. So really a good experience and fun time, a fun different kind of trail over there in Bachelor Gulch.
Yeah, it definitely is. All right, are we going to say goodbye to Meredith too? Okay, we're going to give Meredith 1 second. She's so close, and then we'll say goodbye. Oh, there. Hello. Okay.
Hi.
Oh, wow, look at that pretty blue sky. It is going to be such a gorgeous day, and I think if people just kind of take the hot chocolate breaks, pop in, heated gloves, hot drinks, hand warmers. If you don't have the heated gloves like Meredith does, then you'll be able to stay out there longer. And and you know what? Even unbuckling your boots. This is more for the ski boot people. Unbuckling boots on the lift ride up and just wiggling those toes. Taking the gondola could be a little warmer for you today as well. But this is probably the coldest temperatures we've seen all winter long, right, Meredith?
Absolutely. But cold temperatures are great for skins. So you just got to dress appropriately and know that you're going to get some incredible skiing. And actually, I don't know if you just saw that behind me, but there was 2 ski patrol being pulled by a snowmobile across.
Cool.
And this is a bridge to the mountains. I'm actually on the deck of Alpine and Antlers.
Oh, yeah.
Just to give viewers this view. Actually, if we could go full screen, just, kind of show off this whole view. But I can see the chimneys wide in the distance, and the sun is seeping through. So, again, it's going to warm up with that sun. The sun is so powerful. But yeah, and also if you are looking for a breakfast place in Beaver Creek, Alpine and Antlers is a great option. I just walked through the dining room and it's full of people. I mean, people are out getting breakfast, so that's a good sign that the food and service is good.
Oh, yes. Yes. Just have a little bit breakfast, get fueled for the day. And then keep in mind, it's not as easy to just pop into Spruce Saddle or to Midvale. You need to have that reservation, to go to the Epic Mix Time to Dine app on your phone. And then hopefully there's a time for you. So it's a little more challenging, especially with little kids. You can't just oh my gosh, they're breaking down, they're crumbling. So maybe have a plan in place on where to go or come
Yeah.
down to the village, sit down one of those by those fireplaces or have lunch at the Blue
For sure.
Moose.
But there is still you can still step in and use the restroom, and sometimes they'll also have a to go, if you need some sugar, you're like low, there's some to go options right by those restrooms that you don't need the reservation. But as Trisha just said, to fully dine on the mountain, you will need that reservation.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anybody?
Hey, Trisha, I just wanted to let our viewers know where I'm standing is just between Checkpoint Charlie and Solaris Plaza, so just past the International Bridge, or I-Bridge. And I heard yesterday the town of Vail is going to have a video board up on the I-Bridge screening or streaming the Olympics for the next couple of weeks. So might be worth some of our viewers, if you're downloading or you're finishing up at Gondola 1, instead of going straight back to the parking structure, maybe take a little detour.
Yeah.
Catch a little bit of our U.S. athletes and the Olympics that are happening live or streaming here on the bridge.
And then the Winterfest art exhibit is right there. And you guys, okay, bright and early, 4:30 Mountain Standard Time tomorrow is when opening ceremonies will be kicking off. Of course, it'll be prime time if you want to, of course, not get up early. But, we're up pretty early, so we could catch some of that. Like when you're doing your hair, just flip that on and get like a sneak, because I think they're about 15 hours ahead of our day. So really exciting to have some athletes, 16 athletes from Ski and Snowboard Club Vail, either current or alumni, are over there. So that's something to be proud of as well. So we'll be talking about that for the next 2 weeks. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for braving the elements today. I feel kind of guilty just being all nice and cozy here in the studio, drinking my tea that isn't even really keeping my hands warm because I don't need to. But thank you guys for being out there today. We appreciate it. And we appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30.